Hello and welcome everyone to Storytellers Hearth Weekend Relay Sprint number 6. A whole weekend filled of lots of writing sprints or whatever it is that you might be working on. I'm Shanon, writing on the pen name of SD Huston, and if you're new to me, I do weekly writing sprints here on my channel. Also host a podcast, Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks, with two co-hosts, Ben Pick and Morgan Lee. Nope, Morgan Lee left us. We have JM Shelley now. Morgan Lee was part of it for several years, and then she got busy with things, and we do have someone new. And then I'm also part of the AuthorTube Writing Conference, one of the 3 chairs, along with Devon Gambrell, Clark, and J.L. Kaufman. And our conference happens next weekend. It's a free conference, 3 days, essentially a major collaboration here on YouTube of small and large channels coming together to talk about all things writing and publishing. And that I will be working on AWC stuff first, and then hopefully move on to my Fated Adventures, which is a interactive story that's sent through the mail, but online games and puzzles and stuff to figure out, and almost like trying to make it like sort of like a role-playing game, sort of online, the interactive. So that's me, and that's what I'll be working on. Now I'm going to turn it over to my co-hosts. They can talk about themselves and tell us what you're doing this weekend, what you hope to get done.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devon. I write fantasy and steampunk with snarky female leads and a splash of romance. I'm also the founder of All Call Indie, which is a database of freelancers for indie authors, and the publicity chair for the AuthorTube Writing Conference, as Shanon said, is happening next weekend, so don't forget to check that out. Today, I will be working on AWC things. But, yep. Joanne?
Hello, everyone. My name is also known as my pen name, J.K. Lambo. I'm a British-Nigerian contemporary romance author who writes and self-publishes romance stories set in bakeries that surround Black characters falling in love while baking together. I already have a published book out titled Culinary Confessions, and I am also working on a sequel/companion novel to that book titled Project Sugar and Spice. The official title is under wraps until the cover reveal, but I'm hoping that book will be out later this year. And it is very nice to meet you all.
Rita.
Sorry, yeah, it goes in a circle. Hi, I'm Rita Slanina, actress, author, lifestyle content creator, and your shopping bestie. And I am setting up for Harbor Excursions 2 novella series, The Offshore Account, release in July. So we released a Kickstarter campaign. I'm so excited, and I cannot thank Devon Gambrell, Clark, and Shanon so much for helping me maintain my sanity throughout this process.
It's a lot of work doing a Kickstarter.
It so is.
Get to see me for a brief second. Hi, I am Adega. My real name is a very common name, and it's associated with some really bad people, so I just go by my pen name. I have 9 books available, authored. They're all novels, 2 series, and 1 standalone. I frequent all over the place. I like to come into Shanon's chat because there's a lot of nice people. And I just hang out and listen to people and see what they're doing and do my own thing. I was traditionally published for a little while. I got into a little debate with a couple different publishers that wanted my stuff, and I decided to go independent. And that's where I am. So thanks for having me. This should be fun.
Yep. And then we have one more, Adeshile, and I think I confused him. I confused everybody. Devon caught me. I had set the stream up for an hour later because time zones. And Adeshile did email me this morning. I was like, wait, is that your time zone or what time zone? And I'm like, oh no, I confused him. So I figured he'll probably stop in at some point here. But yeah, everybody here does have a YouTube channel, although Joanne, I don't think you publish content, right? You don't really have anything over there?
No, I usually publish content on Ko-fi. So I use that for my offer newsletter and also to weave in like food photography up to desserts I bake through that newsletter.
Okay. And I do have the Ko-fi linked below. So I do have YouTube channels and links down below for everybody. If you want to go follow them. Everyone has a little bit different content. Devon does BookTube and some AuthorTube. And Rita does lifestyle and AuthorTube. Yes. Adega does talks.
That's my editing channel, believe it or not. I just read what I'm working on and
narrate.
Listen, but not finished product, but still, yeah.
And a very soothing voice. It's different than when you're talking. Like, I was like, oh, I want that narrator voice. So, yeah. So let's say hello to everyone who came in. Stacey was first in, saying hello. Kay popped in, booped in like the came in to boop the like button and say hi. I can't stay, unfortunately, but want to wish you all the best of luck. And then Stacey, ready to write.
Thank you, Kay. And hello, Stacey. What are you going to be working on?
And then Jocelyn saying howdy.
Hey, Jocelyn.
Okay. And then I think this is Annika, who I met for the first time in the previous stream, which was a break stream. So hello. And Carla just posted my flash fiction on Substack. Time to finish up books 2 and 3 of the Cat Shifter series. 2 is done and just needs blurbs and formatting. Wow. That's so you're going to hopefully be able to put them out pretty close together, or you do yours weekly, if I remember right? I think that I was supposed to be concentrating. I was supposed to be concentrating on only one project this weekend, but changed my mind during the last stream. Yeah, I keep wanting to change my mind. I don't want to work on AWC stuff, but I do have to work on it. So I understand that. Start new project. I always have new projects running around in my head. Hi, how's it going? Oop, made me jump loud sound. Sorry. And hello, Kelly. How's it going? Are you working on anything? And Nicole, hi, welcome.
Hey, Nicole. Good to see you.
And then Crystal saying hello. Dharma, hello. I can still relate. Adega, my first 2 books were trad published, and I switched to indie. So, I mean, are you guys happy that you switched over to indie from trad, or is that just worked better for your life at that time?
Yeah, well, I like to as well.
Yeah, for me, it was I have a love-hate relationship with editors, and when editors try to change your story, change your characters, trying everything they can to make the story theirs instead of yours, I really had problems with that. And the ones that I worked with were not very intelligent when it came to basics of real world or fantasy world. So I got tired of having my hands constantly trying to be tied behind my back. So I said, no, you guys take a hike. I'm doing my own thing.
And I know that we often do hear that in the trad side, you lose kind of control of some of your work or your cover. And I think it was Adrian Santiago. He said books by Adrian just put a video where he said he's moving over to trad because everyone he's talked to said that they have more control over their agent in their book, like not control of the agent, but what the agent's telling them to do with their book. They have more control over their own book. So I think that could be different depending on where you might be published to as well. At least that's what I'm assuming from what I'm hearing from everybody.
Well, in my case, there was, I try and make everything politically neutral as possible and as more traditional when it comes to writing style as possible. And the editors were trying to throw in politics into a fantasy world where there was no politics of such a state. And then there was things like, get this, you guys will laugh at this. One of the stories, there's some people that are traveling by some ruins, ancient ruins. One of the editors said, well, those ruins wouldn't be there because people would loot it and use all the material for everything else. And I said, have you ever been to Scotland or Ireland and seen the old castles that are still there after hundreds of years? Wow. You know, it was things like that, you know, just aggravating.
Yeah, that would be. And I mean, I know that it happens in the real world, but doesn't mean it has to happen in your world. So Crystal is at 15 of 38 for implementing edits, which I think is definitely progress, right? Because I think she was on 13 out of 38 on the last stream. So yeah. Every other week I've been fighting tech gremlins. So 2 and 3 will come out more rapidly. Okay, so they're okay. I understand. Yeah, tech gremlins. I might fall out So I did fall out of the stream I was in last night, but I'll be right back in. And there's people on the screen here who can keep things going over in a sprint. I'll try to get the sprint right back on track. So love the creative control being indie, though. I'm considering reaching out to my former lit agent for my current project. Could use some trad published marketing love, though I write queer thrillers. I don't know what the market's like with on the trad side. Is it better to go probably, because I know some genres are better to try on the trad side than it is to do indie publishing. So I don't know if that might be one of them. I'll be studying for my history final on Monday. Good luck, Kelly.
All the best of studying, Kelly.
Yeah. All right, made it through the comments. I think I just clicked on Stacy's when she said I had plot bunny I'm working on today, see if I actually want to write it. Yeah, I'll just, hey Morgan, how's it going? In my intro,
Morgan,
I said,
good to see you.
In my intro, I was like, I'm part of the self-publishing tips and tricks with Ben Pick and Morgan Lee. I'm like, nope, not Morgan anymore. But I'm so used to saying that. Definitely miss you over at the podcast, but totally understand how life gets busy. All right, let's go ahead and start getting set up for the first sprint. I'm going to do 45 minutes. I only have one 45-minute timer on my channel. If any of y'all here on screen have a 45-minute timer, if you want to share it, we'll do that one for the second one. I think we're only going to get 2 45 minutes in. But just came in. Hello, working on building the RPG overlay for my high school freshman English class this coming school year. World building, lore, background, everything. Oh, that sounds exciting. High school.
Well, that sounds fun, Jess.
Yeah. You say like you're doing the RPG overlay, so like online. That is so awesome. I really want to get more into doing stuff like that. I don't want to write RPG books, but I like the idea of RPG on like interactive, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my Faded Adventures a bit. So, thank you. Year 10 in the classroom. Nice. Currently on a road trip back home, not driving, so I'm working on an outline. Nice. I think you were outline last night. I don't know if you were in and out. Probably. What outline are you working on? Like, I'm just curious what book, because I know you're everywhere from dark fantasy to cozy mysteries or something, kind of all over the place. And I'm just curious where you're at now in your writing journey, because I love hearing about it. So, okay.
Yeah, and how did the road trip go?
Yeah, I think she's still
If
on
you
it.
want to share.
Yeah, hopefully it's going well. And yeah, 45 minutes on the clock. Find the right tab. And I guess I lost a second somewhere. Yeah. Okay. We'll get going in 3, 2, 1. Good luck. I'm trying to find the right button here. Set this up. One of these. Set up. Here we go. How did you guys do? Yeah, hi. How did everyone do?
I finished newsletter for AWC for WTC Creatives, and I'm going to move on to the next one.
Nice.
I was working on some Kickstarter stuff, and I think I decided I'll do, inspired by Devon, the letters from the author. But I don't know if I could do 12 months of it.
It's a lot. I told her that too. I was like, that's a lot, but she's like, I can do it. I'm like, I believe you. It's just a lot.
Yeah. So I'm debating on that, but I do love that idea. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that work for me as a tier.
As a reader, I think they would love it. Oh, sorry, Devon.
Oh, you're fine. You can also do it like Shanon, where she only did 6 months.
I do like that because it's enough time where there's a lot of value there.
Mm-hmm.
I love your Faded Adventures. It's so fun. Very interactive, Shanon. But yeah, so I may do that. Maybe 6 months will work.
On the reader side, they would love the 12 months, but I think on the creator side, it's just a lot to commit to.
Oh yeah, let me juggle that much more.
Yeah.
Well, I use a program called Audacity, and everything that I use for my videos on Sunday is run through that. So I was working on the audio for my video on Sunday. So I don't sound that good unless I really do some heavy editing.
I use Audacity too, which is a free program, by the way, if anyone is curious.
Yep.
And it's been around for, like almost 2 decades or 2 decades? Oh, we have someone just popped in. Adeshile.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
How we doing?
Good.
Doing well. What about you?
Good, doing good. Good to be here.
We were just giving some of our updates. Let Joanne give her update, and then we'll let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote a scene for chapter 1 of Project Sugar and Spice based on my editor's edits. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really cute scene.
I bet it is. I've read Culinary Confessions, so I think it's a very cute story.
Thank you.
And Adeshile, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Let everyone know who you are, where they can find you, and what you'll be working on.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So my name is Adetokunbo Adeshile under Adeshile Writes. That's my YouTube page. That's where you can find me. I'm also on Amazon. I write in the genres of dark fantasy and dark urban fantasy. And I guess my stories, they hurt beautifully, one might say. So right now I'm working on a fantasy romance. I know, Shanon, you and I have talked about, like, is it romancy? Is it fantasy romance? It's somewhere in there. We'll just throw it as romancy right now. But currently I'm working on a romantic story. I think we're coming towards the 2/3 mark here. And then the rest is going to be just a run to the end. So we have a Wind Warrior as the lead female character, and then she encounters a potential love interest as she tries to find this heirloom, and shenanigans occur, basically. But yeah, that's what I'm working on.
There's always shenanigans.
Always shenanigans.
Yes, it sounds like a fun book.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it once he gets done. I'll be a beta reader once you got your full draft done. I know you have a beta reader right now who's doing chapter by chapter.
She is awesome. Yes, she's been doing chapter by chapter. So yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate that. It's always nice to have people, other eyes on it, to give you feedback and insights.
I just don't think I could commit week to week right now.
Yeah, well, it's not like you're busy or anything.
I mean, yeah, right.
What are you? You're just writing every on occasion, right? You don't have any plans or emails. Your inbox is probably at 0 or 1, right?
Shanon has nothing but time. What are you talking about?
Show me the ways.
Oh my Lord.
Have you already made an announcement about the AWC? I mean, I know we always do, but
Well, we did talk about it in our intros at the very beginning, but we haven't said much more else about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was my gentle like, hey, say more about the awesomeness that's coming up very, very soon. But
yes, AuthorTube Writing Conference. So we'll take that plug. So yes, the AuthorTube Writing Conference is coming up next week. It starts on Friday, and I'm working on AWC. I was writing the show outline for the opening session. And Devon and I had talked about doing possibly a game for the attendee packet, and she got busy. She had a book deadline. So I was actually just brainstorming ideas for still putting a game into the packet because I think that would be really fun. Last year I put jokes in there. This year I was like, let me make it more interactive. So I've come up with 3 game ideas. And one of them is actually, it's not really a game, but I have a prompt, and I've got several different prompts I wrote, but they're all kind of cheesy. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board on those and maybe do a combination of them. I don't know. But one would be story prompt that people just continue the story from the story prompt 1 to 200 words. And then myself and the conference chair, sorry, Devon, you and Kaufman are being recruited for this without me asking you, but we're going to go through the prompts and pick our favorite ones. So the favorite stories.
It's that good old military voluntold.
Volatile, right? But I figured it would be something nice to add to the Manic Monday. Yes, that we're going to be doing after the conference. We'll talk about the giveaway winners. I thought that'd be a good time to announce the winners from the 3 games in the packet as well. So that's what I was just working on. But yes, AuthorTube Writing Conference coming up. I rewrote. I have been saying the AuthorTube Writing Conference is essentially a major collaboration of small and large channels coming together over a weekend to talk all things writing and publishing. And I thought, I'm tired of saying that, so I rewrote something else. That's what I did on this last sprint. A free virtual event hosted right here on YouTube. It's unique community-driven collaboration, which I'm happy to get that part in there because it is a very huge community collaboration. Bring together a wide range of creators and industry professionals for 3 days of sessions, panels, and workshops, all about the writing craft, publishing, and the writing life. So that's what I wrote. So I did some writing, but it's just all about the AuthorTube Writing Conference. But, see where we left off here. Morgan was saying on a road trip back home, and I remember Joanne said, hopefully that goes well. I'm still all over the place. LOL. Okay, outlining the next book's in the Cozy Fantasy series. I'm still calling it Cozy, but who am I kidding, right? Because Morgan, if you all didn't know, Morgan writes dark fantasy, and I tried to do cozy romantasy for a book, and that didn't work out. And so I was asking, how's she making it work? So stories are still coming out on the darker side. I'm just going to go with whatever story comes out, and the road trip has been fun, but I'm ready to be home. I always feel that way with a road trip. You guys do too? Yeah. When I was young, I liked road trips, but like now I'm old and I'm like, this body needs to lay down for a little while. Get out there.
Yeah, I love road trips, but having to like pack for it and then having to pack when you're on your way home, I don't like that part. The middle part I do like.
I'm team sofa.
Yeah. we cut our road trips. We don't because we're military, so we bounce back and forth all over the country. Yeah. And now that we're not moving anymore and we're retired, we keep it like 6 hours of travel a day versus the 9 that we used to do.
Yeah. And we were military too. And I realized that every time we moved, I unpacked fewer and fewer boxes. Fewer pictures made it on the wall. Because I got so tired of unpacking and packing and unpacking and packing every 3 years. So, Crystal got 1,120 words trucking alone with maybe I think that might be along with the edits. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Congrats, Crystal. Hope the book is going well.
Hopefully got another chapter done. Making great progress since this morning. Well, morning for me.
Hey, Miranda, how are you doing? And what are you going to be working on?
Hey. Outlined a few plot points and then got inspired to write a scene. So I wrote 254 words. Nice. Got words in. I'm not even counting my words because they're all AWC words. So, Jess says, woo, that snuck up on me. I finished making this school calendar just a touch more immersive, giving each grading quarter a name. Quarter 1 is Cycle of Embers. Oh, I love that, etc. I have moved since on to laying out. Is there more? Routines and procedures. It's been a while since I've taught freshmen.
Ooh, Jess, I love the name Crystal of Cycle of Embers. That's a really cool name.
So I was thinking for some reason you were a student, and now I'm thinking you're a teacher, which that's probably right. So I did. Are you trying to like almost slightly like gamifying the classroom? Because I went to a few seminars when I was teaching for gamifying the classroom. And I tried it. I really liked it. And the goal was to try to engage more students, because every semester there's always students who are they just don't engage with the material. And I thought, well, if I engage more students, maybe I won't have anyone fail, because there's always at least, especially if it's a big class. I think I only ever had one class where I had no one fail, and there was 3 students in the class. So, but all the other classes always had at least one person fail. And what I found was like the gamifying, it did engage students who normally wouldn't have been engaged. But then for others, it had the opposite effect. And I polled everybody, because I said, hey, I'm trying this out. Let me know. And quite a few of them said, I didn't like the fact that I felt like I was competing. And that kind of demotivated me. And I was like, oh, wow, that was like not what I was trying to do. So I only did it for one semester, because even though it brought on some people, some of the students were more engaged, other ones fell out. So I was like, it's a lot of work to gamify. Kendra, I'm finishing the denouement. Did I say that right? Yeah, no. Anyone know if I said that right?
Denouement, I think. Denouement. I think it's French. I don't know. Denouement.
Denouement.
I'm going to have to add that to the word list of words authors can spell.
Just the man who can pronounce it.
What was that?
Well, I said you can pronounce it, so we'll go with his.
We'll go with his. Okay. And then I'm done. I'm so excited. One more book to go. You're almost there.
Congrats, Kendra.
And Louise says, good morning, Tori-san. And I'm at my desk getting organized. Excited for the conference. It's the first year I'm not presenting, so I'm just ready to learn, mingle, and connect with other writers. I've kind of thought about that too for myself. I was like, if I was hosting, I'd be able to relax and enjoy some of these things. And I always say I'm going to go back and watch them, which I have gone back and watched a few, but not nearly all of them. And it's just because once it's over, my brain is mush for a little while after the conference. So I got my notes done on the, I'm not sure how you say the word, Taika, Reform, Edicts of Japan, Taika. Nope, I don't know how you say that. And the Maya calendar, that sprint, so many things to remember.
Ooh, good to see you, Kelly. And I'd love to go to Japan one of these days.
Me too. Tiffany, hello. Everyone kiss like button. I appreciate that.
Hey, Tiffany.
Editing the last 5 chapters of one of my books. Got words. About 1,200 from the end of the last stream sprint.
Nice. Very nice.
Congrats.
Exactly. The gamifying, I think that might be in response to possibly. It's going well. This is one of the longer chapters, so it's going to take another sprint, or 2 to get through. So many editor notes. How do you guys feel about editor notes? It's like when you see them, how do you feel about it?
I kind of view them as deeper than beta readers.
So yeah, I told you my experience. I'm not real happy half the time. The other time I was like, oh yeah, okay.
I'm with that. Stomach hurts.
Yeah, like on one hand they help, but on another hand you have like so much work to do when you go over the editor's notes.
I know some people get like really, really excited to see their editor notes. No.
I had mentioned the first time with me, here's another one for you. I had an army that had marched 40 miles in a day, and they said, well, that's technically impossible. So I brought up an article from the British military where they had full packs and would do 40 miles in 5 hours. So, it got ridiculous. So yeah, editor's notes make me nervous.
Especially if they don't understand. I mean, because I was military. Devon, you were military, and because you learn to run with your rucksack on, so you can cover 40 miles in a day if you're running the whole time.
And they teach you how to run like that too, so you can make that 40 miles.
Oh, and carrying your M16 or whatever weapon you're assigned.
Mm-hmm.
So. So I've been there.
And MREs.
But yeah, that's usually in your rucksack. But then you also have like your utility belt. I forget what they call it. And you usually have at least one canteen, if not more than, if you're doing that far, you're going to have 2 canteens. So those are like, on your hips as you're running with your rucksack and your weapon in your hand.
Yeah, I was Navy, so it was a little different, but we still had our sea bag is what we called it. Mm-hmm. But it's the same size as the rucksack and the canteen, utility belt, and mastering up and down the ladder wells on ships. That was fun.
Oh, didn't have to do that one.
Oh,
Did anyone ever fall over like a turtle on their back? Like how?
No. So the way they taught you how to slide down the ladders so you can get down quickly, and how to get up quickly enough.
Wow. That's a lot of weight to have on your back while you're sliding down the ladder. So, yeah. I mean, I've done some ladder sliding stuff or similar, and I'm like, because I imagine you don't have a lot of space around you.
You don't. So we had to run with our sea bag, but we didn't actually have that full weight on us going up and down the ladders, because like you said, the entryway is so small.
We did get a phonetic spelling, which is really great for me because I'm partially tone deaf, of the word that I said wrong, which is denouement, but close, y'all. So I don't even know what I said. I probably said it way wrong. I would love to go to Japan too, JK. You got it right on the first try. Oh, I did. I said it right? Okay. Oh, wait. No, that was I don't even know how I said it. That was the Japanese term word that I got right. I don't know how I said it, though. No. Love going through editor notes. Yeah. Love to be tortured. So many lovely people. Hello, Emma. It's nice to see you.
Hey, Emma. Good to see you. How are you doing? What are you going to be working on?
And then Morgan says, I like editing, which, yeah, that's what she said. The magic happens in the editing phase, revision and editing. And I prefer to draft, and I don't really like the rest of it. So, but I think I like getting editor's notes when the editor is doing more than just like grammar. So like it depends on what type of editor you hire, because then I'm getting some insight into how someone's looking at the story. So I like that.
So
one part.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying one part. So
for my first book, The Witch's Crystal, I had actually 8 beta readers, and my editor caught a plot hole. It was an easy 1-sentence fix. But yes, her notes were enormously helpful.
Yeah. I've only ever had one feedback where the editor basically said this wasn't for me, and then gave me a bunch of feedback. And I thought, well, if this is not for you, do I really need this feedback? Because it's going to be colored a certain way, you know?
I think that's a fair assessment of that feedback.
Yeah. I would have just preferred if she'd reach out and said, this is not really for me, and then give me my money back. But no, because I didn't read anything else after she said this was not for me. I was like, I don't think that this is going to be useful for me. So, but yeah, it is what it is. That's the only one I've ever had like that. The rest of them I've always liked. And they may not have been all positive, you know, but yeah. But I think that's good. It's good to get the mixed feedback on, you know, what's working, what's not working, not just like none of this works. But Kendra says, me too, to Morgan Lee. I want the advice. Hi, friends. Hi, Gwenna. People who think.
Hey, Gwenna. How are you and the baby doing? And what are you going to be working on?
There's people who think a regiment can't do 40 miles in a day have clearly never met a Marine. True. Yeah.
I feel validated. Thank you all for that.
Yes. You were spot on. And I'm sorry that the editor said what they said to you.
Yeah, that sucks.
They didn't do their homework. My editor's amazing. I love them. It's been fun and helpful. Sometimes the note is a reaction to what happened. It's adorable. But given my dyslexia and stuff, they've caught things I couldn't see. Yeah. Realized I got lucky. My Marine brother-in-law's basic training, combat training, made my Air Force husband's basic training look like I play date. Haha. Yes, Air Force doesn't work as hard. So I was definitely Army. And, you know, and of course we've got Navy here on the screen too. So we've all had our own thoughts and feelings about the other branches of the military. But yeah, Air Force is always at the bottom. So
I remember I got stationed on an Air Force base because it was a joint command. And I was like, dang, I should have joined the Air Force. This is nice.
Yeah, when I was deployed, the unit that stayed with us the most was this Air Force unit, but they were only out there for 3 months at a time. So they'd rotate every 3 months. So we were there for a year. So we saw them change out 4 times. And then the first camp I was at we were in the desert. It was just all tents, and we closed down that camp and we moved to a new camp that had some buildings. And I was in a bay to sleep. It was over 900 of us in there. And it was separated by 6 sections. But if you were on the top bunk, you could see into everybody else's section. And it was so loud, and people had different shifts. But all the Air Force, they got 2-man pods to sleep in. And when they finally left out, they left out like a month before we did. Their year tour was up, so it was a year that they were out there, but they switch out personnel every 3 months. When they left out, then we got the pods, and we only had them for like a month and a half before we left and went back home. So, but yeah. Do you want to go ahead and you're at 12:45, right, Joanne? Is when? Or is it right now?
Yes.
So we have a few minutes, or we're over?
We're a little bit over if we start the 45-minute timer now.
I was going to let you do it before the timer, before we start.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get through the comments real quick here.
No worries.
Hi, Morgan. Hello. Hi, Esther, coming in from work.
Hey, Esther, how are you doing and how is work?
My niece is going to Japan with her school in 2027. I'm jealous. Yes, I want to go there too.
Oh, that's so cool.
My kid is trying to wipe ranch on me. Help. Sorry. Good old ranch fingers. Your clothes are going to sour all day. Yes, they will.
Oh, no.
It's easy access dip.
True. Baby's in a bad mood, so I'm just surviving. I haven't decided what to work on yet today. Probably try and complete this FOSS.
Oh, all the best, Shannon. I hope your baby gets better soon.
Yeah. Is that the federal aid that you're trying to fill out? Probably.
Yeah. Good luck with that,
Yes.
Kenneth.
Yeah, I've had to fill that out for college applications, and that was a long process.
Yeah, I helped my son with those multiple times throughout college stuff. So you got this. You got this, Gwenna.
Not a good thing, I guess, for Stacy, because allergic to the ranch. It was on her face. She's hugging me, trying to get closer. Was she like playing around, or just didn't think about it? Maybe. Still on the fence about going back to school, but we'll see how the financial aid plays out. It's called Chair Force for a reason. Yes, we did call it Chair Force. Hi, Esther. All right, we made it through the comments that we have at the moment. I'm going to let Joanne go ahead and do her outro because she's got to leave out. And let everyone know where they can find you.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Joanne, also known as J.K. Lambo for my pen name. I write and self-publish contemporary romance set in bakeries that surround Black characters falling in love while baking together. I have my book, Culinary Confessions, on Amazon. That's my first book. And then I'm also working on the sequel/companion novels, that one titled Project Sugar and Spies. Official title will be out soon. Same with my book, hopefully later this year. I'm hoping for like fall, because it seems like a fall themed book.
We're not leaving, Esther. We're not. It just Joanne's leaving out. Just went to before she left out. I'm like, oh, they're done.
It's okay. And you guys can find me on Instagram through j.k.lambo, Blue Sky JK Lambo, and my Ko-fi j.k.lambo as well. And it is very nice to meet you all, and I will be in the chat enjoying it.
Yay. Well, thank you for joining us. There are a couple more comments here, some of them for you. So we'll get through these, and then we'll get started on the sprint, and you're welcome to leave out when you need to.
Thank you.
And Stacey says, oh, no, she did know what she was doing. So the kiddo knew what she was doing at the ranch.
Oh, no. Oh, I hope she didn't get too close to you.
Double in Jen. Hello, everyone. I think you're new to me.
Jen, so good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been working on?
Not new to me because she's got a wrench. So maybe it was under a different name. But I like the double N Jen because everyone spells my name wrong. Usually puts double N's in my name. So I guess I'd be not double N Shannon. So, well met. Bye, Joanne. Good to see you, friend.
Good to see you too, Gwenna.
And hi.
Hey, Jen.
It's always a joy to have everyone here.
They are. Shannon's streams are awesome. They help me get a lot of writing done. I'm sure the same for all of you on screen and in the chat. So thank you, Shannon.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. And Joanne has like, well, I was on the co-host sheet. Did you not see me? And I was like, I'm sorry. I ran out of time. I never saw the co-host sheet.
It's okay. This week has also been a busy week for me, like filling out job applications, going to a Twitch stream as well as part of like a Juneteenth celebration. So that was fun. But this week has also been busy. So I'm hoping I'll get some time to rest tomorrow.
Your book was on a promotion yesterday. Is it still there?
Yes. I already ended the sale.
Oh, you already ended. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Sorry to bring that up for those who might have gotten excited.
Well, now I wish I had extended the sale, but it was for Stuff Your Kindle Day.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, and I missed that because I didn't have time to get into my email that day. Because I had it hit my inbox. The sale did. So.
Yeah, the only reason I knew about it was like through checking a post on Blue Sky. So I'm like, oh, this will be a perfect opportunity to promote my book.
So this was Jen Writes Romance is who this is. That was her previous pen name. And I figured once I saw it, I was like, oh, she's French. I do know her. And she's like, she saved my first awkward live stream. And I remember that. It was a little while ago, but she went live for the first time. I was like, I'll come over and hang out if you want.
Oh, congrats, Jen.
Yes.
That's always so exciting.
Yeah. I think she's live streamed a few times since then. Because I think that was, I don't know how long ago that was now. Was that a year, 2 years? A little while ago. And thanks for joining us, JK, says Kelly.
Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. Good to see you.
Luckily, it's not real dangerous allergy. Okay, good.
Okay, good.
KUJK? Oh, is your book?
No, it's not a part of Kindle Unlimited. But when I republish the book, hopefully next year, I'm gonna try to expand to more marketplaces besides Amazon. You're actually the second person who like brought this up because I know I attended the Twitch stream where one of the hosts wanted to buy my book, and I'm like, oh, it's on Amazon. She said she doesn't like support Amazon, so I'm like, oh.
And yeah, I missed it too. I got the email notification and missed it. Totally forgot about it. And someone suggested this new name and it stuck for her.
Oh,
so.
I like it.
Good girl. I always use drafted digital for my books. Yeah.
I thought about I'll look into using that. Thank you for the suggestion, Jen.
I thought about going back to KU just with a few of my books. Because I mean, there is a different audience that's on there. I just felt like they got tired of what I had there because I had a lot of reads and then kind of dropped off. So I was like, okay, they're, it's what do they call that? Exhausted. Because you can contribute, you can continue to promote to an audience that doesn't change much over a year, but it does change over the years. And then you exhaust them with your book if they've seen it and they've read it, right? So doing in person, why not get them out there? No problem. All right, let's go ahead and head into our next sprint because people are going to head out. Joanne's going to be leaving us, and Devon looks like he has to help the kiddo buy the car. How exciting! So we'll go ahead and get this next one going. Do I have it? Did I take it off? Oh, no, here it is. Yeah. And we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, and good luck. That is time. How did you do?
Don't all speak at once. I finished my audio, and then I started use what is it called? Artlist and Midjourney to generate images for the video. So just having some fun.
Awesome.
I went back through a scene I've been working on. I'm at a kind of a pivotal emotional scene. There's going to be like an emotional reveal here, basically. And so I'm trying to make sure that I hit it correctly. So I'm at a very dangerous line of being melodramatic. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't go there, but still express things the way they need to. And my main character, since she's such like a hardened warrior, her dealing with emotions and not dealing with them outside of just being angry about it, specifically because she wasn't prepared for emotion. So it's really hard trying to write this specific part of the scene. But once I get past her little moment, then things can start to show and people can start moving towards being happy. So,
and that can be definitely a fine line, right? Because if she doesn't typically show emotions, definitely don't want to tip over into melodrama.
Right. So far I've been keeping the line very, very, very close.
I did social media stuff for AWC.
Yay.
I'm still working on the Kickstarter stuff because I'm trying to align my reward tiers with how they have it set up on Kickstarter. And it's confusing going from spreadsheets to how they have it laid out. I mean, it looks cool how they have it laid out. It's more like how my brain works.
Yeah.
As opposed to spreadsheets. But
it would probably help if you could do like some type of visual layout, like that's printed or something that they would give you so you could like fill it in. But I bet you they don't do that because they change things so often on there that
yeah, it has a drag and drop vibe to it, which I really like. But I like how we did the spreadsheets to help me get organized.
Yeah. Well, and to make sure that you're making money and not paying people to do your Kickstarter.
Yes.
That's a big thing. Yeah. So I'm still just working on the opening session script. There is just a lot. I think the happy hours are easy to do because I do a show outline. So it's kind of some of it's scripted, which I always tell people, my co-chairs, I'm like, you don't have to actually read what I write there. I just put there so you know what information to tell the audience, but you can do it however you want to do it. But it's helpful for me because I tend to just talk and go off script. So I have to have something in front of me to keep me going in the right direction. And then also know what I'm supposed to be doing as far as, and I still steal people's lines because I just did it to Devon, the last one we had. I stole some of her lines, which I don't mean to do. I just start talking and I go off script and I realize, oh, I did put that in the script just a little bit later and it was for Devon. So putting it together. I think the opening session is just a bit different this time because I'm trying to include the games that are going to be in the attendee packet, which I'd already drafted a paragraph to include it, but we only have 30 minutes in the opening session. And we're trying to bring on speakers. And I'm like, oh, there's too much here. What can we cut? What should we keep? We should keep everything. So I've been going back and forth, messing with the words, trying to make it shorter because we talk about, like, especially if no one's ever been to the AuthorTube Writing Conference, we start off by saying, here's what the conference is about. Here's the playlist. This is how it works. We have multiple speakers who speak in the same, we lost Rita. We have multiple speakers who, speak in the same time slot. And we talk about the feedback form, which is important for us to be able to track like who's coming to the conference. Because we don't, want to sell tickets. It's free. So we don't really have like way to get numbers for how many people are coming. And then of course, the feedback form is also how people enter the giveaways. So that's the fun part. We're already over $9,000 worth of giveaways now. I'm like, I'm looking at the script from last year and it was just over $5,000 what we had last year. $4,500. That's what I said. $4,500, but it was over $4,500. That was just the last figure I put in there. So I think we did get close to 5,000 on it. But yeah, so we're almost double from last year. And every year I'm like, we're going to do fewer giveaways. Yep.
I'm actually getting my giveaway stuff ready to fill out the form. So
okay,
You won't be the only one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's been a few more that's come in because I mark the ones I've made graphics for, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people I still need to make graphics for that have just submitted in the last couple of days. Oh, whoops. My speech to text program's still on, so I'm capturing all of this.
Yeah.
I got Adega's words in here too. It started off with him talking about the graphics. Okay, so yeah, I do everything speech to text, and then I clean it up because I'm just trying to. My brain just skip a lot, so like I'll forget what I was thinking, and I type slow. So I do speech to text throughout everything, and then I can. So I'm hopefully not forgetting anything. But yeah, hopefully I'll get it done here soon. We've got we started at 11 my time too, so we got 40 minutes left, 43 minutes left, and I think we only need to do like the hour and a half worth of sprinting. I don't know if we want to do another smaller sprint, but see how long it takes us to get through the chat.
Yes.
Stacey says, I'm trying to move away from Amazon. I am finding it hard to maintain my distance. Their marketing is effective. Yeah, that's oh, I can take the banner off. Let me take the banner off. There we go. That's the biggest thing, is that they do a really good job of getting the books to readers, in front of readers. And they do promote their Kindle Unlimited authors more than they do authors who are not exclusive to them as far as the ebook. So I had decided I was going to try it out. I was going to do 1 year. Yeah, 1 year, no, 2 years, 3 years. I don't remember. I set a timeline for myself. So I think it's good to kind of set a timeline for yourself. It was 2 years. So I thought, okay, I'll stay in Kindle Unlimited 2 years. That was my debut series. And at the 1.5 year mark, that's when they start changing like the categories and the category rules. And everybody saw a dip in sales during that time period. So I've looked at 2 reports from Kalytics in the last couple of weeks. The sci-fi and fantasy one just came out a couple of days ago. So I looked at it, and the romantasy one came out a couple weeks, several weeks, maybe 2 months ago now. And both of them showed how in that time period, like for like 2 months, all the sales dipped down when they changed the categories. So yeah, so I did that. I was like, you know what, maybe it's just time I go ahead and get off Amazon at this time, because my sales were already going down anyways, especially with the KU reads. And but now I'm like, maybe they'll be ready for it. And my fantasy romance has never been in KU, which fantasy romance in KU does really well, but I've never tried it out. So I've thought about putting some stuff in over there just to see. I'm thinking about my novella, the one I just did for this Kickstarter, I might put in over there. Maybe anything that I write in the Nithral, city of Nithral, I'll put on Kindle Unlimited and just see how it does compared to like my other stuff that's wide. Just kind of try it out. It's hard. Yeah, they have really great marketing over there. I just had a hiccup because I had the wrong school code in, and it stopped my financial aid. Oh no, Jen. Hopefully you're able to get that fixed. That was about an hour ago. Joanne says, oh, and before I forget, here's the link to the Twitch stream I was a guest on for Juneteenth. Yeah. So if anyone wants to check that out. I'm not friends with Twitch. I've tried. It doesn't like me. It always makes me jump through hoops and still tells me I'm not allowed to be in. So I'm like, okay. If you guys would like to watch the replay of me yapping about my books and my Ko-fi. Morningstar, hello. In the background, working on dev edit. So that's going to take a lot of focus. Thanks for sprints, SD, but it's time for me bounce. Not only does my brain need a break, but it's lunchtime. No problem. Yeah, I went out for lunch, and then I came back without lunch. I don't know what I did, but I lost track of what I was doing. So I don't know. I brought the cats back with me. Not that I picked them up. They followed me. As soon as we came off this sprint and I said, how'd you guys do? Thor started talking to me because he was like, oh, you're talking. Oh, I'm going to talk back then. So that's cute. Lisa, hello. Hi, all. Woke up not long ago. LOL. Hopefully you were able to get going. Crystal says some words happened. Not sure how many because now I have kitty cuddles. LOL. I'm waiting. I got Loki at my feet and Thor over here to my right. And he keeps looking at me because I'm talking. But he's like cleaning himself. So he's looking at me with his tongue out. It's so cute. I love my kitties. About 1,200 words for Stacy. I was on a roll, much better than this morning. Sounds like, yeah, making some good progress. I want to be writing, but I got to get through this opening session outline, and maybe I might write. But, oh, Devon, I think Michael Laurent sent his videos for us to look at, and it's in the inbox. I don't know if you'd be interested in watching it. He does this, always sends it to us to see what our feedback might be. But,
Okay.
Love your hair, Devon. Yeah, it's cute. I like it when she has the purple in. It's pretty. I don't know why. Purple just seems to go with you.
Yes.
642 words and almost finished the last scene I decided to write today. Although the green goes with you too. I just don't like green. But that looked good on you when you had the green.
It matched my book cover. That was, yes.
It did. I guess maybe my next book covers that have purples. Maybe I should do my hair purple. Do you think, I don't know if people will recognize me if I did my hair purple. Joanne says, okay, I'm back. Didn't get much writing done that sprint, but I'm brainstorming ideas on what should happen next in this scene for Project Sugar and Spice. Nice. So did you finish chapter 1 then? Because I know she was putting a scene in chapter 1. Maybe she said she finished it. I don't remember. Hi, joining to get some beta reading done. Welcome, Lena. I hope you got that issue fixed. I did. I didn't want to pay for my $75 math book. Oh, and then it's not like you're going to be able to keep it and keep using it. You might not even use it in your field. Most math is not, right? Unless you're in a mathematical field. I'm trying to think. I've never gone back to any of my math books from college. I've gone back to some of my literature books, but never in my math.
I still have some of my favorite literature books from college.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the other ones.
I did my best to avoid math when I was in college. I somehow got away, somewhat not. I ended up having to take a physics course, but it was like the physics of green energy. I actually kept that book because it actually had like practical stuff. It talked about like insulation and like how that can impact your house and like R values. I was like, this is actually useful math. I'll keep this. I'll keep this one.
I had to do statistics because my bachelor's is in psychology.
Yeah, SPSS. Did you have to use that? Yeah.
The software system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they changed it recently.
Being a doc, I kept all mine, X-ray, anatomy, all of that stuff.
Ah, gotcha.
So you gotta be smart.
If you don't get sued.
True. Joanne says, hi to Lena. Hello, nice to meet you. What genre books are you beta reading? And yes, adding scene to chapter 1. Almost finished it. Okay, so not quite done. Awesome. Oh, and happy belated Juneteenth to the Black creatives and authors in the chat on screen and watching this replay. Know that this indie author is proud of you. I watch like YouTube shorts whenever I'm like brushing my teeth or whatever. Something. It's like I have to have like my mind doing something. And there was I think it was a white woman. She was like, she said happy Juneteenth to a Black couple that came into a restaurant. She was at a restaurant with her boys, and her boys gave her this look like, what are you doing, Mom? That's so terrible. And she was asking if that was okay. She was like, please help me out. Is this okay for me to say? I'm like, I don't even know. I know my husband, he's like, yeah, whatever. I get the day off. I'm happy with that. That's what he said. So, double NJ. Yay, I'm glad. Awesome. They got through all the comments.
Yep. And thanks, JK. JK Lambo.
Oh, you're saying thank you for this.
Yeah.
I thought I missed something. I was like, wait, did she put another comment?
Nope. I try not to interrupt because like you were talking about earlier about you have to have points. Like I can just start talking. So I'm like, gauge yourself. Wait, just wait.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm holding back a lot.
Well, y'all feel free. I will chatter away and I will just keep on going. Y'all know, for those who've been in my chat during the weeks, I just go on to chattering for a while. And I'm like, where was I going? I don't even know where I started, but let's go ahead and get something else going here because I'll just keep on going, which means nobody else talks. So please feel free to step in.
Thank you. Usually I feel bad because I'm like, yep, I just sent like 1,000 chats in the chat box. But we'll skim past those.
I think you're fine, Joanne.
Oh yeah, you're totally fine.
Yeah, I was just appreciating what you said there. That's all.
And I just got lost because my brain was somewhere else. I was like, wait, was he saying that for? Oh, that's right.
I'm so laid back. You guys can say anything you want. It won't affect me. Happy birthday to Stalin. I don't care.
Adega, you have a great voice. Do you also narrate?
He does. He does audiobook chapters, his audiobook chapters on his YouTube channel. I've said that before. I was like, I love his voice is soothing.
Yeah, if you want to hear my current work, it's all there. It's like 14 hours now worth of the book that I'm finishing up for my fantasy series. The sci-fi series was there, but as soon as it gets through, I don't know how you guys do it, but you do with the Writers Guilds, either West Coast or East Coast, it'll protect even your ideas if you submit it, so people can't monkey with you. And then I keep them on YouTube, so those ideas are locked in. I have evidence of it, and then it goes to Library of Congress. So yeah, they used to be there, but now it's just Devon. I think it was you who mentioned something about doing the steampunk. So if you guys like steampunk, it's kind of a steampunk fantasy bloody mess.
Bloody mess. Steampunk bloody mess.
Sounds right up my alley.
Well, and in your description for you, or whatever they call that on YouTube, you put that it's also like a living record for your children.
Yeah. I'm not healthy. I've been fighting cancer for a long time, and so I'm trying to get it done as quickly as I can. And it's basically the characters in my books are all people that I've known, either through profession when I was doing doctor stuff, or various different people. So their personalities have been put into personalities in the books, and just trying to get it done. So if my kids ever want to know who I am, they could read the books.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's really awesome. I eventually want to put all my books on my YouTube channel, but not yet. I only have one done and published. I have several other ones done but not edited. So, but I know you said yours is not edited. You kind of just put it up there as like the draft, right?
My current work, yeah, but everything else, those are all on print if you wanted to get them.
Yes, I did include your link down below to Amazon for your books. So, but yeah.
I try.
My brain is tired. I'm there with you. The last 3 days, I've been just exhausted by the end of the day because of everything that's been changing just within the last 3 days for the AWC. I did a whole list to Devon and Kaufman this morning. I was like, just so you know, here it is all together. All the stuff that's changed. And I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm beta reading. I don't think I know how to say that word. Betaing,
like Adam and Eve.
Betaing.
Betaing, a contemporary cat and mouse type thing. So like a thriller. Also, on the topic of chattering, I didn't mean to interrupt you when you were talking on screen share. Oh, no, Joanne, you're fine. And I know that it's always, there's a delay between my recording or my live streaming and your live stream. So I don't mind people jumping in. It's just that it's usually because we're slightly behind. We talk over each other slightly. So I always try to hold on and wait, let you say what you're going to say. And then not lose my place in my head, because then I'll get lost. I'm like, what were you doing? That happens to me all the time. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Freedom Day.
Awesome. Happy Freedom Day.
I think for me, it's for not just this particular holiday. I just don't really get excited or anything. I don't even remember my anniversary most of the time. I can't remember. One year I put the wrong birthday number on my husband's cake because I couldn't remember how old he was supposed to be. I made him a year younger. So I just
say thank you.
Yeah, well, and on my next birthday cake, he made me a year younger. So
just trying to relive the previous year. You can do it right this year.
Yeah.
I think the only holiday I get excited about is Halloween.
Halloween.
That's about it.
We are fans of Halloween.
Wise.
I like Halloween for the dressing up.
Yes.
Once I got past the part of the fact that, because I used to buy my costumes, but that worked when you're in your 20s. But when you get to your 30s, they don't really have costumes. You're either an ugly old witch or you're the sexy nurse or something like that.
It's always the same.
Yeah. There's nothing in between. You can't be either you're an old hag or you're this hot, sexy thing that's young, and which works when you're young, but it doesn't really age. And when you're you got kids, I want to walk around my neighborhood and I'm not wearing that.
I will
then
slowly...
you can do the steampunk Victorian stuff. That goes with any age.
Yeah. Well, I stopped buying costumes a few years ago, and I don't think they had anything like that, the places I went to.
I'm actually shopping on Etsy. I'm going to slowly build up to get my Renaissance dress that my characters wear in the books for when I do conventions and stuff.
This for my my moon phase. I think I bought my dress from Etsy because it was, you know, made in the same form as like the Renaissance kind of like dresses and stuff. So I found that it's just easier to like make your costume in pieces, like for us. So
Yeah.
And then I covered myself in paint. So I've done that for the last 2 years. I covered myself in silver bluish paint 2 years ago. That's the picture that's on screen when that one there. And then the next year I did green paint for my mermaid because she had green skin. So yeah, that's been fun.
Now, do you act like the characters when you, I guess when you said you're cosplaying for Halloween them, or do you actually act like them?
Not really, because I'm still an adult walking my kiddo around. Who
Oh,
is,
okay. Gotcha.
you know, if he's neurodivergent, if I acted different, he would be kind of confused.
I will never act like my main character because she is more outgoing than I am.
Got it. How does she do this all day? Goodness.
Now, I have done the alter ego thing with YouTube videos, and I can act different with that because I'm in a costume, but I don't put paint on. I just wear a red wig and have a bowl of ice cream and a blue robe. And then my name is Starla because that was the other name my parents were going to name me, which was either Shanon or Starla. So that's my alter ego. So I can act differently when I'm her because she has fun. She knows how to have fun. So
Starla. 2 A's?
no, well, yeah, I mean, there's 2 A's in the name. Twins.
Just refer to you 2A or 1N today.
Yeah. I was going to kick out. I was like, why do you wear a red wig when you already have red hair? They're like, oh, it's the only wig that my husband had. And then people were like, what? Wig? Your husband has a wig. So I should just told that story to someone who didn't know. But it's my husband. He does he's part of Hashers, which I don't know. I mean, did you ever know Hashers?
They had them at well, I don't, because yours is military associated.
It's military associated, yeah.
Ours
it's been around since the 1800s.
Okay, but we had something called the hash, and they've had that for a long time. So the campus that went to school at, they had a whole, I mean, lots of acres of land. So people, at least in terms of how we did that, they would get together, walk back there, have beers, and just enjoy time together. So they always called it the hash. I don't know if it's the same or not, but they had it every, I don't know. It's been a long time, but they had it quite regularly. Just good to get together.
I was hearing the echo too, Dharma. Is that better? Sounds better. So the hash that he does, that he's part of the group, they essentially run and they drink. So
they drink.
And so for like breast cancer awareness that month, they'll do like a huge run through a city and they wear red dresses and wigs and stuff. And then there's a green dress run and they wear it. So everybody, the girls and the guys, wear these dresses and stuff. He always goes, okay, good. Echo's gone. He goes to like thrift stores to find dresses to wear. This is a big guy. He's 6'4" and like 200 something pounds. So yeah. And I'm like, that's hard to find a dress for that big. He always wears stuff underneath it though. So he's not showing off any stuff he shouldn't be showing.
Hey, if you got the legs.
He doesn't run anymore, but he did run quite a bit. And he's got the legs for running when he was in, but now he don't run. See, where did I leave off? Yeah, nope. Where did I leave off? And thank you to from Joanne to Dharma. And I start planning Thanksgiving in January. It's my food Olympics. Also, hi, I've been lurking and working. Well, thank you for lurking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, our family's pretty big into Thanksgiving. Never have really loved, like, Thanksgiving is her thing. So I could see planning in January. She has a whole menu prepared in advance.
Wow. I early, like in our marriage, we decided, because I really don't like doing dishes, and that's just like I had like a breakdown when I was a young mom. I couldn't figure out how to make my house clean, take care of a baby, take care of household, go to work, and do all that. And like I had a breakdown and like a meltdown.
We got to just talk to the clone. That's all.
Didn't have any fun.
The one doing the AWC right now. You know, just talk to them. Just say, hey.
Yeah. But I realized after that, I was like, I'm never gonna let myself get to that point again. That if I can't finish the dishes, I'm gonna have a meltdown. Because that was the straw. Like And so I was like, never going to do that. So now I'm like really laissez-faire about dishes. They get done. I just don't get as, anal about it as my husband does. And so actually when we were dating, I was like, this is not a thing for me. If this is a deal breaker, then maybe we should, make this deal breaker now, because I'm not going to do a dish just because we have a cup and a couple of spoons or whatever. I'm not going to do dishes. And I was like, so either you live with it and you let me do it when I'm going to do it, or you do the dishes. And so he decided he would do the dishes. And so then we made the compromise that he'd do dishes, I would do dinners. And so that's how it worked for most of our marriage. But when it came to Thanksgiving and Christmas, he had family recipes, and I grew up in a family where none of my parents knew how to cook. So I did everything I know how to do. I just learned by reading directions. So he would always do the Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, which was really cool. Nice. Yeah. Let's see. Echo is gone. I have spreadsheets and notes for every Thanksgiving from the last 8 years. So what you cooked. That's amazing.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And there's the book again, if anyone wants to get it, which Joanne's books are about cooking, because she also likes to cook. So.
Oh, I mentioned this, I think, in the chat a couple days ago or whatever, but that the lemon blueberry cake came out fantastic. So I told you, I think it went well. With the other half came home and she's like, oh yeah, everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. She was like, even like the marketing group were supposed to get like a slice for one of their people. They just ate it all. Like it just went, like people like used their finger to get the rest of the frosting off the lid of the container. She's like, you see that? You see those marks there? Yeah, they did that. So they told you to tell you that they did that. I was like, okay, great. We'll keep that.
Now you have to make another one.
Oh, absolutely. I'll
send you the money. You ship it to me. We'll see if it meets my approval, and we'll go from there.
I told him to bring some with him for the stream.
Yeah, I should have. I should have had something up here. I tried to make donuts, air fryer donuts the other day. Those did not become donuts, but they were really good sweet rolls. Really good sweet rolls. I actually ate the last few last night, put some jam in them and warmed them up. Oh, they were delicious. But I got 2 cakes to make this weekend / beginning of the week, because there's 2 birthdays coming up. So one will be a cherry, I mentioned this before, a cherry chip. And then the other will be a kind of a repeat of the lemon blueberry, because the person really liked it. But I'll have lemon cream cheese icing with it. And maybe, we'll see, maybe I'll make a blueberry jam as like the middle coating layer for them as well. So we'll see. But those are the cakes I got set up for this week here.
Yeah, keep talking. You're gonna have a stalker. As soon as those cakes are done, they will disappear. Wouldn't be me.
I'll just put the pictures up there at some point. Shoot.
You're evil.
Awesome.
I didn't see, I think because I was clicking around on too many tabs here, and I didn't see that Rita did leave some messages in the private chat. And I guess I clicked on it by accident and didn't see that we had private chat, but she did have to leave out. And look, Thor was like telling me, stop talking. Pay attention to me. But, hi. Yes. So she had to leave out. It looks like something was going on with Blanche and
the chicken. For those who don't know.
He's like, okay, you're not petting me, so I'm gonna go. He's like tickling. What are you doing? You're like trying to step on me.
Are you okay?
So Blanche, I know that she had something with her foot. Do you remember what it was? She talked about it, but I can't remember what it was called.
She was limping. Blanche was limping and not standing too well.
Yeah, but she called it something.
I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was some type of infection. Yes, hi, Thor. He's like, pay attention to me. Racing against time for the vet at the fairgrounds. LOL, I love you guys. So I missed it. So thoughts will be with her. Hopefully Blanche makes it. Wait, want that hand? Okay, there. You happy? Got 2 hands petting you?
The vet.
Yeah, Kendra said Bumblefoot.
Bumblefoot. Yeah, I was like, I can't remember the name of it.
Bumblefoot.
Thank you. Trying to like make a cat happy. Bumblefoot. Yeah.
Bum.
My birthday's in September. Can I place an order now? That's for you.
I got you. I got you.
So, alrighty. Well, I don't think we have enough time to do another sprint because we do have another stream that's happening after this, and I'm on it.
Boop, boop.
Look at the
Busy.
playlist. Yeah, I like being part of it. So I mentioned this in the stream I was in yesterday, and that is during the July Storytellers Hearth, which back then it was called the WWW, the Worldwide Write-a-thon. And so I've got like cat hair tickling my nose now, and I can't seem to get it off. But during that June write-a-thon, I wrote the first book, 23,000 words draft, the first draft of A Curse of Scales and Feathers, which is the first book in my fantasy romance series of me switching over from fantasy to fantasy romance. And that was 3 years ago. So it's kind of sentimental to be part of the organization still going. Yeah. I have been released from my duty as cat bed, just in time to catch the end of the stream. I've got a cat here too who is wanting my attention.
Oh.
He's my lover. And Loki is my troublemaker.
Mischievous.
He's at my feet.
Appropriate
Name
name.
tags.
Right? Hi, Millie.
Was that 2 weeks ago? He was on my desk, took a piece of paper and ran off with it. And by the time I caught him, he ate half of it.
I got you.
Yesterday, he took a pen off my desk. He couldn't hurt the pen, but he did take a pen off my desk. So, Rachel, hi, just got back from community event and I am tired. Not sure I'll be doing anything productive today. It's okay. We're about to be done being productive on this stream at least. So, next we have Alice, which I'm on her stream. Looks like it's her and I. For anyone who's sticking around and still wanting to do the sprint, let me grab the link. I do have links for all my hosts down below. So let's go ahead and just start outros. We got, some time. So if you want to spend a little time talking about what you've got going on, go ahead and do so.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. I always love joining on these sprints. I've never tried to host any of them because usually when these happen, a lot is happening. But my name is Devon. I write fantasy and steampunk. My first book, The Witch Crystal, is already out. And I have a dual release scheduled for the next two in February and March of next year. All Call Indie has a brand new website. Check that out if you're looking for services. I don't know if I'm going to expand on All Call Indie this year or next year. I still need to get with my partner in crime on that. But we do have some fun ideas planned for it to include readers as well.
And if people don't know what All Call Indie is.
Oh, don't forget AWC next weekend. It's going to be great.
What is All Call Indie for anyone who might not know?
All Call Indie is a database of freelancers for indie authors, and the majority of the freelancers on there are indie authors themselves. And it's not just for indie authors. We have a few that assist with the query letter process if you're trying to find an agent. So, yep, definitely check it out.
Yay.
Yay.
Adega, Adeshile, either one?
Oh, I'll go. That way I can be long-winded and you guys will end up with him making me look embarrassed. This is 3 of the binding. My artist is really cool. There's going to be, she's very talented. In between here, it's almost done. Let me separate this. In there, when it's all together, it's a hand casting magic out. So you can kind of see the sleeve and the fingers and stuff. But
That's so cool.
4th book is done. It just, one of these days it's going to be out. This one is a standalone sci-fi, The Reach. This one's caused quite a stir. On the back here is fan art. I got a lot of fan art. You'll find in every one of my books there's artwork in it. But this one was so neat because of the way the story was. It's the 2 universes reaching out to each other in different art And and then the bottom stack there, that's sci-fi stuff. One of these days I'll put a commercial together for that. But I've had fun delving into the two different genres of sci-fi and fantasy. And you guys want to hear the pacing, the rhythm, the type of words that I use, you can come to my channel and hear how they're done before they're completely edited. And if you like it, or someone that would like it, feel free to tell them. But Shannon, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I don't go on a lot of shows anymore, but this was really fun. It's nice to meet new people, especially people that are really nice and know how to make cakes. And other than that, no, this has been great. Thanks.
Can I ask, Adega, when you use your fan art, do you get like permission from them? Like, how do you do that?
It depends if I know the person or not. If I don't know the person, yeah, I have to get permission because, like the one on the book, I have no idea who that person was. But she's got apparently a 3x4 painting, and there's also a blank one without the hand on it. And she's a school teacher, so apparently the school took it along with the book, and they have it on display at their school. And when they're done displaying it, I'll get that back. But so she gave me permission. There is some other stuff where I have, just they give it to me. But the thing is none of them are exclusive, but they were typical for my work. They were designed for my work, but if they wanted to use them for something else, I don't have any problem with that. But either way, I put the, let me show you. I'll get a good one. This guy here recently passed away, but he was a cartoon artist or not a cartoon artist, a comic book artist for a long time. And in this picture here,
we're not seeing it.
Yeah, I needed to get the camera on.
Okay. Oh.
So you get things like that, and the world has to see it. That's one of the major characters. That when you saw the binding, this is her from 2,000 years in the past compared to the current work. But and then like I have the family tree and all kinds of stuff in there.
That's really cool.
Each book will have something in it. The sci-fi has different characters or different things, symbols. It's very, very flattering, to be honest with you.
Pretty picture.
Take the time and do that and say, hey, look at this or what have you.
That's awesome. Adega, I got a couple of questions for you. So one, you showed us like a stack of books. Like, do you have any idea how many stories you have out there? And then
there are 9 that are available now. The 10th one, like I said, is just as soon as my artist finishes the binding. It could be any day. Just whenever she clicks the button on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, they're done. The last book is the one that's on YouTube right now. And then I have another sci-fi one that goes with the 5 series. It's kind of a complimentary one, but I'm not going to finish that. People know the story. I got about a third of the way through it. I've told people what the story is, but I'm not going to be able to get to it. So all in all, there's going to be 11 when it's all done.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, well, I guess I can go next here. I'm not usually good at this part of stuff, so I'll try to get together some info. So I got some things written down, got some help with describing kind of the story. So I'll tell you the short of it and my blurb and all that other stuff. 'Cause I'm not good at marketing, folks. I just like to tell stories that like have deep-seated emotional impacts on people, right? They're just authentic. That they make you cheer for the characters. You want to see what happens to them. Like it's like this is hard, this is gritty, but there's still hope in there. So figuring out how to market that is not my strongest thing, but we're going to try here real quick. So first, I have some notes on kind of the little brief of the story for people. So the story right now, it's work in progress. Name is Patience and Surprise. In a Forgotten Realm. That's the series. And then the little line I have here is that a mercenary scarred by betrayal, a soldier haunted by failure. They weren't meant to trust each other. They weren't meant to fall. But some battles are fought better together. So that's kind of the gist of it when someone's just trying to get a quick headline of it. And then if it's okay, I'll read the blurb real quick. Is that fine, Shanon?
Yeah, we've got a couple minutes.
Okay, cool. So the actual blurb is Erin the Swift Wolf is a wind warrior who uses her talent to keep Evandrel safe from the monsters who cross over from the pocket dimension known as the Forgotten Realm. Emissions sorry, I can't say because I wrote over what I wrote here, so never mind.
Oh, no. Okay.
Never mind. Well, another time. Anyway,
Just talk about cake.
Cake.
Yes, cake.
Cake. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, so I wrote a reader magnet for my urban fantasy series. So right now I'm writing in a dark fantasy, but in my urban fantasy series, I have a character. She is a witch, technically. So you always think about witches and cauldrons. So her actual specialty is baking. So her training, funny enough, is in chemistry. She's like a chemist. And that also helps her with her magic stuff as well. But her fun trade is baking. So in the future, I'll have her doing some kind of baking recipes and some experiments that way.
Nice.
But yeah, that's about it. Last about me, I'm Adeshile. I write fantasy for readers who like their heroes wounded, their world's dangerous, and their hope hard earned. So you can find my work on Amazon, or you can follow me on YouTube at Adeshile Writes.
All right, and well, that'll bring us to the end. I did drop some links for my co-hosts, and Joanne, I didn't forget you. Like, I know I didn't drop a link for you because you had dropped some of your links already. I just wasn't trying to overwhelm the chat. And thank you for dropping your link again, because probably after I dropped all those links, I should have just gone ahead and dropped your link because now it was out of the chat. But I didn't want you to feel like I left you out. I was just trying to at least get one link for everybody into the chat at some point. So. But I do support Joanne. I support everybody that was a co-host here. Joanne and Rita had to leave out a little bit early. Go visit everybody. Links are down below. Follow them on YouTube. They all have got YouTube channels, although Joanne's not doing much on her YouTube channel, but she has a Ko-fi, so go follow her over there. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining me today. So yeah, and my co-host. Bye y'all.
See ya. Thank ya.
Bye-bye.